Morning breaks over Los Angeles in a blaze of pale gold, the light spilling across endless rows of citrus trees and half-built houses that climb steadily toward the hills. A thin veil of ocean mist lingers in the distance, softening the edges of the young skyline. Streetcars glide along steel tracks with a metallic hum, their bells ringing gently as commuters step aboard in pressed suits and neat dresses. The city feels newly awakened, stretching its limbs beneath a sky that promises warmth and possibility. The air carries a mingling of orange blossoms, wet earth, and gasoline. Spanish Revival buildings line freshly paved boulevards, their white stucco walls glowing under the sun. Red-tiled roofs and arched windows give downtown a romantic facade, as though the city is borrowing its identity from a distant Mediterranean past. Yet just beyond the tidy storefronts, oil derricks rise like skeletal towers, pumping tirelessly in vacant lots and even between houses. Their steady groan becomes part of the city's heartbeat. Automobiles rattle past horse-drawn wagons that have not yet disappeared, the old and new moving side by side in uneasy harmony. Ordinary Angelenos begin their day with quiet determination. A factory worker boards a Pacific electric car before sunrise, gripping a newspaper filled with headlines about land sales and film premieres. A mother sweeps the front step of her modest bungalow, while her children chase one another through a small patch of lawn, their laughter mixing with the distant whistle of a train. In Boyle Heights and Central Avenue, families from Mexico, Japan, and the American South build tight-knit communities, opening bakeries, barber shops, and churches that anchor them in unfamiliar soil. They speak of opportunity with cautious hope, believing that this sprawling city offers a chance to redefine their lives. In the citrus groves beyond the city center, laborers move in steady rhythm, clipping fruit and packing wooden crates bound for rail cars. Their hands are rough, their backs bent beneath the California sun. Not far away, oil workers climb creaking rigs, faces streaked with soot as black crude gushes upward from beneath the earth. Wealth flows from these fields, feeding banks and fueling construction that seems never to pause. Entire neighborhoods appear in a matter of months. Streets carved into former farmland and advertised as the next paradise. High above the basin, in the cool air of the Hollywood Hills, the city's elite gather in lavish homes adorned with tiled fountains and sweeping verandas. Studio executives, oil magnates, and real estate tycoons host glittering soirees where jazz bands play late into the night. Despite prohibition, champagne is poured discreetly, and laughter drifts out over manicured gardens. In Hollywood's bustling studios, actors rehearse silent scenes beneath harsh arc lights, as their expressions exaggerated for cameras that capture dreams without sound. Directors shout commands as carpenters hammer together elaborate sets, ancient palaces one week, modern penthouses the next. The silver screen transforms Los Angeles into a beacon of fantasy, projecting its image across the nation. Commerce thrums through downtown department stores where polished elevators carry shoppers past bolts of silk and the newest electric appliances. Bankers tally fortunes tied to oil and land speculation, their confidence buoyed by numbers that seem to climb endlessly upward. The port grows busier each year, ships arriving from across the Pacific with cargo, and new arrivals who step onto the docks with hope in their eyes. Yet beneath the glitter lies unease. Segregation shapes where people may live, written into property deeds that quietly divide the city. Workers strike for better wages, facing resistance from powerful interests. In dimly lit speakeasies, bootleg liquor flows, while police conduct periodic raids that rarely end the revelry. Tuberculosis lingers in overcrowded districts, a reminder that sunlight cannot cure every hardship. Crime and scandal fill newspaper columns, feeding both fascination and fear. As the decade advances, Los Angeles expands at a breathtaking pace, its boundaries stretching farther into valleys and hills. Automobiles begin to dominate the streets, pushing the city outward and redefining distance. The optimism feels unshakable, Yet whispers of economic fragility drift through financial circles. For now, though, as twilight settles and electric lights flicker to life along Broadway, the city glows with confidence. Couples stroll beneath theater marquees. Children press their faces to shop windows, and the hum of possibility lingers in the warm night air. This is Los Angeles in the 1920s, radiant, ambitious, and balanced between illusion and reality. It stands on the edge of transformation, unaware that the tide of prosperity will soon recede. In this fleeting moment, the city believes in its own myth, shimmering beneath the California stars, as if nothing could ever dim its light.